So in this video, we're going to do a packet tracer switch security configuration. So here is the VLAN table and the objectives. Create a secure trunk, secure unused switch ports, implement port security, enable dhcp snooping, configure rapid PVST, port fast, and bpdu guards. The background. So as you can see, this is the background. Next is the instructions. Instructions, step 1, create a secure trunk. First, connect the Gigabit Ethernet 02 parts of the 2-axis layer switches. Configure ports G01 and G02 as static trunks on both switches. Disable DTP negotiation on both sides of the link. Create VLAN 100 and give us the name native on both switches. Configure all trunk port on both switches to use VLAN 100 as the native VLAN. So let's start and begin with the connection. Let's use copper crossover. Insert to switch 1, Gigabit Ethernet 02, Gigabit Ethernet 02 to switch 2. And let's proceed to the CLI or the command line interface. Let us enter enable config terminal or the config T int or int range Gigabit 0/1 -2 and then switch port mode trunk, and then now we're going to input switch port trunk native VLAN 100, of course. And after that, sorry for the invalid input, switch port, switch port trunk native VLAN, switch port non-negotiate. And now we are done in configuring switch 1. Let's proceed to switch 2. Enable or ENA, config terminal, and then int range Gigabit Ethernet 0/2. Okay, sorry for the invalid input. Int range, I repeat, G0/2. Int range G0/1 to 3. Switch port mode trunk. So as you can see the interface, next is the switch port trunk native VLAN 100. So the interfaces, switch port non-negotiate, and then we are done in switch 2. Now let's see what's next. Step 2, secure unused switch ports. Shut down all unused switch ports on switch 1. Next is on switch 1, create a VLAN 99 and name it black hole. The configured name must match the requirement exactly. Move all unused switch ports to the black hole VLAN. So let's proceed. As you can see, black hole 999, switch 1. Enter, exit. Again, int range fast Ethernet 0/3 to 9. Then fast Ethernet 0/11 to 23. Next is, after that, shutdown. Just type shutdown, and these are the interfaces. Just type exit VLAN 999, then name it black hole. And exit, show VLAN. Okay, enter. Okay, config terminal, int range fast ethernet 0/3 to 9, then fast ethernet 0/11 to 23, enter switch port, access VLAN 999. Next would be, we are done in step 2. Now we're going to step 3, implement port security. Activate port security on all the active access ports on switch 1, switch 2, switch 1, exit, int range, and then fast ethernet 0/1 to 3, then fast ethernet 0/10 to fast ethernet 0/24. After that, configure the active parts to allow a maximum of 4 MAC addresses. Just type switch port, mode, access, and then switch port, port security, maximum of 4. After that, exit. And then we're going to configure each parts fast ethernet 01 on switch 1. Statically configure the MAC address of the PC using port security. So, in fast ethernet 0/1, and then switch port security MAC address is sticky, and then switch port security MAC address, and then let's see the MAC address of this command prompt, ipconfig /all. So as you can see here, the MAC address, let's copy and paste here. Then after we set the following and proper configure ports fast ethernet 01 on switch 1, show running config, switch port security, MAC address. So we are already done with this. So this part naman, configure each active access port. Configure the port security violation. Before we do that, just type int range. Next, int range fast Ethernet 0/1 to 3, and fast Ethernet 0/10, fast Ethernet 0/24. After that, exit. Oh no, switch port security violation. Restrict. And now we are done. We're done to step 3. Now we're going to step 4, configure dhcp snooping. First, configure the trunk ports on switch 1 as trusted ports. Let's do that. In range Ethernet 1 to 2, and then IP dhcp snooping trust. After that, int range fast Ethernet 0/1 to 2, and then fast Ethernet 0/10, and fast Ethernet 0/24. Invalid input. Sorry for the invalid input. So let's repeat int range. Now, limit the untrusted ports on switch 1 to leave the HTTP packets per second. IP dhcp snooping limit rate 5. Now we're going to we are done by limit the untrusted ports. Now is on switch 2, enable dhcp snooping globally and for VLANs 10, 20, and 99. Proceed at switch 2, enter enable or ENA, config terminal or config, IP dhcp snooping VLAN 10, 20, and 10, 20, and 90. After that, let's proceed to step 5, configure port fast and bpdu guard. This is the last step. Enable port fast on all the access ports that are in use on switch 1. Enable bpdu guard on all the access ports that are in use on switch 1. Configure switch 2 so that all access ports will use port fast by default. Okay. Switch 2. Then let's enter span port fast default, and now we are done in this packet tracer activity switch security configuration.